I'm an angry man, so get ready for some fucking language. Right, fuck it, I'm straight up gonna rant and vent for an extended period. I don't need this right now. I'm gonna rant and vent for an extended period of time because I need to get this out my fucking system before I fucking explode. For a start, if you've seen episode 1, this whole shit show of a series was not kind of meant to be what it turned into. My laptop is old as fuck, it might as well be fucking clockwork at this point. So then I pivoted into some sort of slideshow narrative which actually was well received, so I'm actually very thankful of that. Thanks for your time and effort. But it's not what I fucking wanted. Anyway, I want to record audio at home, but my neighbours think I'm the fucking devil and complain about everything ranging from me chewing to fucking stealing their oxygen, so I was lucky enough to be able to record at work. But then around episode 4, they decided to swap bus stops in town, so now there's roadworks and all sorts of shit, so I'm dealing with drilling, buses every 10 minutes, and a taxi rank that constantly is full of twats that won't shut the fuck up outside my job. So on top of that, my business that I own is actually probably going under, which has the knock-on effect of me worrying about my home situation. I'm fucking stressed out, mate. I had a week off just to chill and try and sort my life out. That didn't exactly go to plan, and then I sat down to do this fucking episode and subconsciously decided to fuck myself over by doing something right fucking stupid, and I'm fucking angry about it. I feel like such a just even fucking having to go over this again is highlighting how much of a cunt I fucking feel right now. So let's break down my breakdown. So, about 3 fucking days ago, I sat down to start the new fucking episode. I mentioned before I had plans for this bit of land, and long story short, and I don't know what I was fucking thinking, but it needed dropping down to ground level like the fucking taxi driver that's watching me record this now. What, mate? Fuck off, dude. I'm telling you, don't make me... Yeah, so I dug it all out, and about 4 hours later it dawned on me I didn't get any footage of any of it. Cared. I had one job. So now we're here. This bit's something I haven't fucking figured out yet, and these bits, these 4 bits here, these are fucking slime farms, and this is going to be a creeper farm, yeah? Get it, deal with it, fine, done. Oh, but the Rodney 12 Mighty Gulliver f***up show didn't stop there. Oh, no. Strap yourself in for this beauty. So, I've got a copy of my main world that I pop into and test a few ideas out. This f***ing dickhead thought he was in the test world and I'd built an entire creeper farm. And we'll get to that thing in a moment because I don't know what I was thinking. Which seems to be the theme of this entire thing. God, I'm stressed even just talking about it. Technically, I could have rescued the episode and swapped my actual test world with my real world, but it meant that doing everything again, and by this point, as you can tell, I was broken. And honestly, like life sometimes, you've just got to accept things as they are, especially when it's your fault. Which is actually a good life lesson in general, so if you take anything away from this episode, let it be that. Hashtag life coach. So, as mentioned, during my moment of nah, I was in what I thought was my test world, and I was like, oh, wouldn't it be really funny if I built a really big creeper farm for everyone to look at? So I did. And yeah, did I also mention that this is half of it, and what you can see here is also mirrored below the surface? I have regrets. It also doesn't seem to fucking work, and I haven't seen one fucking creeper yet, so I've just ended up building a glow squid ink sac farm with 27 roofs under a wooden umbrella that I definitely wouldn't have built for fucking real. Who's a numpty? Yeah, damn right. Oh, and while we're here, the astute among you may have noticed that I've got some snazzy chainmail helmet Jericho thing happening right now. I got this from a zombie that attacked me with a birch sapling somewhere around here. Now that's quality content. Fuck Mumbo. I don't mean it, Mumbo, I love you. From the ink sac collection room, I dug a tunnel to connect the spawner / iron farm collection room. Oh, and the iron farm has been producing nicely. Thank you for asking, you are very thoughtful. And just for a visual reference for you and me, for everyone. Did you hear the bus go past? Fucking buses! Oh, anyway, and just for a visual reference for you and me, oh god, here we go. And just for a visual reference for you and me, the Iron Farm collection is about here, and the new collection chamber is roughly here, both about 91 blocks underneath the surface, and the tunnel runs from hither to thither. More quality content. Isco. Just kidding, Isco, I love you. I also took time out of my mission to stress myself out, to reorganise and label the increasing amount of storage chests I'm accumulating at my base. And with that super exciting nugget of information embedded in your brain, I believe we're all up to speed with stuff. Now, I was going to kind of call it a day on this episode, but while we're here, why don't we do... Look, we're going to troubleshoot some stuff at this creeper farm, okay? Honestly, I look at this thing and I just revel in my own disappointment. I want to blow it up with TNT, but I can only get TNT if this farm was working, so the irony of that feels like a slap in the face too. I can't win. Anyway, a mob farm is literally a dark box that takes advantage of the game's lighting mechanics to encourage hostile mobs to spawn where you want. There are a few variations, but here's a basic one from an older world of mine. It's nice, isn't it? Not really, it's crap. Mobs spawn, fall into the water, which then pushes them into a drop big enough to kill them with fall damage. It's simple. A creeper farm is a modified mob farm that manipulates the game mechanics even further, so you'll only produce creepers, therefore maximising the gunpowder drops they leave behind upon death. To make the farm produce nothing but creepers, let's look at this example, which I've just realised doesn't include spiders. Sorry, hold on. Oi! Oi! You! Dude! Oi! Don't ignore me! Look at me! Look at me! Oi! Look at me! Stop messing up! I shouldn't be too hard on myself really. As it happens, spiders aren't super relevant, but it's still no excuse. I'm a YouTuber now. I need to be on point. I'm professional, he says with 3 years Minecraft experience. Anyway, in this example, notice that the skeleton and the zombie are taller than the creeper. So, to spawn a mob, the game checks for certain conditions, which includes if there's enough space to spawn a mob. So in a 2 block tall space, which is big enough for skeletons, zombies and creepers, any of them may... Oh my... Look, they can spawn in a 2 block space, okay? Then if you lower the ceiling by putting a trapdoor there, it lowers the height so skeletons and zombies can't fit the criteria, so only creepers can do it. Okay? There you go. A spawning platform just set up for creepers looks like this. The trapdoors lower the height of the spawnable blocks, and the buttons stop the spiders. Yeah, remember spiders? Yeah, spiders exist too. It stops the spiders from spawning. Trapdoors also line the outer platform and the inner holes because the creepers think it's a full block and will walk off the edge or drop through the hole to the death, presumably. So with the basics out of the way, let's figure out why my creeper farm doesn't work. Right, I've got my platform set up correct for creepers and blah 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 and all that stuff. But I have recently, just before I recorded this, I saw 4 creepers spawn, which actually means it does kind of work. But the good thing about that is it highlighted something that I didn't think of the first time round, which I'm really glad about. But first, let's deal with the main problem. Lighting. Remember when I lit my base up? Yeah? Players use light in Minecraft to make it so hostile mobs can't spawn, as the game checks the amount of light as part of the criteria it needs to produce a mob. If it's too bright, they won't spawn. Although some mobs are subject to different light levels, check your local branch of Wikipedia to get the full information. Wikipedia is not a sponsor. To force the game to ignore mob spawns, use spawn-proof areas with light. So by spawn-proofing the area around a mob farm, it forces the game to recognise the farm is the only place viable to create a mob. It's recommended by the clever people on the internet that if you spawn-proof your mob farm for about 128 blocks in every direction above and below the ground, you'll be okay. To put that in perspective though, this picture shows you what 128 blocks looks like just in one direction. So imagine a big 256 block circle around the farm. That's quite a lot of work. And also remember, it includes below the ground too. And as we know, I'm situated above an unlit, decently sized cave network with lots of dark spaces for mobs to spawn into. So there's no wonder it doesn't work. But even if the light was all lit up. But even if the light, but even if I light it all up, there's one other problem. This thing is comically big, like your mum's underwear. Right, first off, don't build a bloody creeper farm this big. Just don't do it. It can be modified to work better at this scale, but honestly, it's just too much. In my not so professional opinion. No, I'm a pro now. So yeah, in my professional opinion, this is too big. God. As mentioned mere minutes ago, which you may have missed because I know you were busy telling all your friends how amazing my content is. Dream. Just kidding, man. I love the man-hunts. Keep up the good work. But to reiterate, I'd just seen some creepers spawn which pointed out an issue with this particular farm. The issue being that the creepers are dying before getting the chance of reaching the collection chamber and dying. How? Well, lucky for us, I have a handy visual to help explain everything. So let's pretend this is the top platform of my farm. When a creeper falls, it's subject to momentum, so it doesn't fall straight down vertically. It will descend at a slight angle. So in this example, instead of falling vertically through all 27 platforms, it kind of drops through 2 or 3 platforms and lands on the edge of the 4th platform, which makes it take fall damage, which isn't good. So what I'm saying is, essentially, the creeper like pinballs itself down, taking enough fall damage and dying before reaching the destination. And the same is also true for walking off the platform's edge, because at a certain height the creeper will just walk off the edge, and even though there is a gap, momentum kind of carries it over the gap, so they'll land on the outer perimeter wall in some cases. Again, not good. So how do we solve this situation? Well, I've got 2 fixes in mind to solve the situation. I'm so good at script writing! Right, the first solution is the most obvious, reduction. To avoid the premature death of the angry cucumber men, all I need to do is reduce the height of the farm to about 10 layers. Creepers may still take some fall damage, but they won't die before the destination of death. The second solution would be to try and reconfigure the platforms to a different design to try and reduce the fall damage pinballing stuff. And honestly, I tried 2 different setups. One with like a split up platform and wider gaps, which still allows pinballing. I'm leaving it in. And then I tried a split up and offset platform with bigger gaps kind of thing. And I really could spend another 5 minutes just breaking this thing down. But I'll save you the time. This bad, no, don't. And thanks for bearing with this whole fiasco as well. Realistically, until I spawn proof everything, we'll never really truly know how good this thing is. But premature dying by pinballing, that still holds true no matter what. So I'll probably reduce the height eventually. I also recognise that the last few episodes have been digging and technical and boring stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, like, I'm just trying to get ahead of myself and get some farms going so I can potter around my base and actually build a base maybe. But next time, we're totally on an adventure mission. So I'll sleeve you. I'll sleeve you there. Have a good one and take care, people. No taxi drivers were harmed during the making of this episode. Nearly though.